What's up everyone, I'm Eldritch, and we're gonna have a nice little episode of Donkey Double Feature today, something we haven't done in a while because I was so busy trying out stuff with Armored Warfare and making all kinds of experimental videos like the Hearthstone one and dealing with the premium reviews and the patch changes and all that stuff. But today we're just gonna do 2 replays, one of them in the Nicholas. Now in this particular game, on Ocean, my absolutely favorite map of them all, I decide to move up the northeastern flank, and wouldn't you know, the opposing team decides to completely negate this flank, while our team decides to completely negate the other flank. Oh boy, let's play Ring Around the Rosie, shall we? I spot the Fuso, but it's so far away behind their own cap circle that there's really no way that I can engage him in any significant way. This Minikaze a little bit too far away for my taste, with how you have to fire HE now basically on destroyers, and with the slight changes, or at least the perceived changes to shell travel time. I mean, I still don't have any evidence or proof of this because I don't know what the values were before the patch, but to me, it feels like the shell travel time has increased for pretty much every American destroyer. Anyway, so I don't want to engage that other destroyer at 10 kilometers range, but this guy at about 8.5 will do. Especially if he doesn't maneuver all that much. He gets into his little safety cloud, but I am not going to accept that. I'm going to drive up close and have him with my torpedoes. And then when he scuttles out to escape my torpedoes, I shall pummel him to death with my guns. Annoying beeping torpedoes behind me that are absolutely of no consequence. And there he is, scuttling out of his cloud, trying to run away back to his friends, but no, says Nicholas. Nicholas wants to play. Get some good shots on him. So do the guys from my team as well. After they finally decide to move a little bit closer, I knock out his engine, which is always good. Doesn't look like he has a repair ready. But this is pretty much over. One more salvo and he should be dead. And boom, there he goes. Now it's time for me to lead the assault on the enemy base so that my team stops camping around there in the top right corner, because that really doesn't do anything for us. We need to move up, we need to be a bit more aggressive, because as they move into the southwest corner, we need to advance into their flank and into their rear so that we can stop them from just advancing all the way through. This Omaha giving me a bit of trouble, but that's just simply due to the long range. And I mean, look at this, it's almost 10 seconds for these shells to land. It's very, very difficult to aim these silly US destroyer mortars. And by the time I ranged in on him, he is basically dead. So I get one hit, and I pretty much contend with that and then look for another target. How about this Minikaze that is only 4.6 kilometers away? And especially because he tried to shoot me with his silly little torpedoes. How dare you? How dare you indeed? Still getting some good hits on him. And nice, that's it. Got myself another kill. And I didn't even have to do any damage with torpedoes. That's really the problem with this ocean map. When you're in an American destroyer, you really just have to completely rely on your guns. And in a lot of cases, it just comes down to you having to fight with the enemy destroyers, because you can get relatively close to them without being in too great a danger, especially when they're Japanese destroyers, because you just outgun them so much. But getting close to anyone else is a huge, huge issue. Getting close to a destroyer or a battleship, that mostly is going to spell defeat for you. And so you have to be really, really careful. Which means most of the time you just can't use your torpedoes, you just have to rely entirely on your guns, as I'm doing here in this replay. So far I used my torpedoes only as area denial. Which is fine by me, however. Now, I am having a little bit of trouble with getting shot from all sides, as this little plane behind me was spotting me when I fired my gun. And it's also coming closer, so I should probably be detected again in a little bit. But it's fine. We'll sneak closer to them, because now we've basically pushed them into a very, very small part of the map, and that Minakaze tries to torpedo me again. That little punk. But I'm not having any of it. But I have to say, this Minakaze captain was incredibly good at dodging. So if any of you ever meet KI77I, so Kitty, I suppose, if any of you ever meet this guy, definitely be aware that he is really, really good. Or she, maybe Kitty is actually a girl. Who knows? About 1% of the gamer population of this game probably is women. If you meet this person, definitely be aware that they are very, very good at dodging shots. Because right now I'm really just getting myself spotted. I'm not hitting any of them. I mean, look at this. It's all just going left, going right. Oh, nope, still no hits. But I am definitely spotted. Not a huge problem right now, because I'm not actually all that scared of the battleships and cruisers in the north. They have their own problems. They probably don't have time to shoot at me, especially not at this kind of range, because that's very much speculative shooting. But I'm also wasting a lot of time on this Minakaze, and I would very much like to just advance and put some shots into that Wyoming or that Cleveland. Although I don't actually want to be the first one to engage the Cleveland. I would much rather someone else did that. I would prefer just helping out instead of being the one that he's shooting at. Starting to put some fire into the Cleveland, because you can always set him on fire. And I mean, let's face it, you know, 700-ish damage per shot with the HE, that's good enough. Some might even say it's not good enough, it's a little bit too much. And I would agree. Minakaze has successfully re-stealthed and is probably lurking somewhere between me and the Cleveland, and there he just popped up on the minimap. Now I notice. I'm like, oh, hello, you're very close. Now I can actually hit you with my guns. Damn. Not a particularly good hit. And oh, that was very close. You bastard. Was, of course, pretty obvious that he fired torpedoes at me, but sometimes when playing I just kind of forget about it and just keep shippering on, and then the torpedoes are right in my face. Once again, I'm really more using the torpedoes as area denial, because I know that the Minakaze was somewhere in that cloud, and I just don't want him to get any closer. And so I really just spam torpedoes into right in front of where his cloud was, so that he basically has to change direction. And you never know, you know, maybe he sees them too late and then gets hit by a torpedo. It could happen. I fire more at where the Cleveland was. I turned away a little bit more because I heard the torpedo sound and I thought the Minakaze had fired again. But it just turns out that's friendly torpedoes. But then again, turning away wasn't a bad decision. I mean, it caused the Cleveland to miss a couple of shots, which is good. And now he has lost sight and does... Oh my god, no! Slow down! Oh, turn! Oh god! Whew. This freaking Minakaze, I'm telling you, he has it out for me. It's like the third wave of torpedoes that he fires at me and that I had to evade. Because you can be damn sure if any one of those stupid torpedoes hits me, I'm instantly dead. Frickin' Minikaze torpedoes do way too much damage. Well, actually, I shouldn't complain. I don't actually think that the Minikaze is too strong. Nope, more torpedoes. Ah, okay, they're way off target. Not important. Let's put some more fire into the Cleveland and maybe take the kill. I would like a third kill. Getting some misses here. Minikaze actually turns out to be behind the Cleveland. Come on, my kill. Damn it. Ah, come on, how is it still alive? Jesus. Oh well. Can't get all the kills. But now there's this Minikaze again. Still very, very close. And oh no, not another one. Did you see how freaking close that was? Did you see that? Oh my god. That basically touched butts with the side of my ship. Like, that was so incredibly close. Unbelievable. Seriously though, this Minikaze player, really, really good destroyer player. And so I finally decide that it's not worth my trouble. He is going to die at some point. I mean, you know, it's just a little destroyer against so many big ships. And I decide that I want to kill this carrier, because he offends me with his spotting planes. And also, it's kind of an easy kill. Although I do really screw up those shots, because I should definitely aim behind him, seeing how I'm skimming past him so fast. Come on, my kill. No, stop it. Stop shooting. It's my kill. There you go. That's what we like to see. Citadel hits with HE ammunition. This patch is totally fair. Right. The battleship was also taken out, so it's now only the Minikaze left. I don't really think I'm going to get a whole lot of... and I'm a bit braggy in the chat there. Bad, Eldritch. But yeah, I don't really think that I'm going to get a whole lot more fire in on the Minikaze. At this point, he's at my maximum range. I'm never really going to hit him from here. So I just take some shots and then probably just going to go for the cap. Sadly, that replay was also corrupted, so the end of the replay is cut short, but this Minikaze gets taken out by the New Mexico. As you may have already figured out, the theme of today's double feature is ridiculous nonsense. And that is also why I'm going to show you this game, because it is pretty much just one hilarious scene of ridiculous nonsense, and then really nothing else. But it's still a hilarious game, so you need to see this. I'm in my Myoko, the Myoko that I only received because I used to own the Mogami, and in the last patch, the Myoko and the Mogami switched places, so now I have the Myoko, a ship that I hadn't played before the patch, and that is completely new to me. It's... what do I think about the Myoko? It's actually difficult to say. I don't think I've played it enough to form like a real opinion, but I do think that the 203mm guns are pretty awesome. Of course, they don't have the crazy AP potential that they had before the patch, but the AP is still fine, and the HE ammunition on them is just really, really good. So I think the Myoko is a pretty decent cruiser, and it has, of course, the torpedoes on the Myoko are really, really good. I see this enemy Pensacola, and I open up, but that salvo is just a little bit too... yeah, it's not gonna do all that much damage. Was a little bit too closely aimed to the Pensacola. I would have had to lead the target a little bit more. But it's fine. In return, he punches me for over 2,000 damage, probably firing HE at me. At these long ranges, I do like to still fire AP ammunition, at least for the first couple of salvos, and then when I come closer to the opponent, and when the likelihood of me when the likelihood of me having to engage battleships increases, that's when I start switching to HE ammunition. Because as you can see, when firing AP at a battleship, you do a couple of hundred damage and that's it. That's also why I'm not really all that interested in firing at this Amagi. I pop my plane, and I think about firing some torpedoes here. I don't know, was I thinking about that? I'm not actually sure. Watching the replay now, I'm thinking I could fire some torpedoes at him in case he comes closer, but apparently I did not at the time. Instead, oh, look at this Iowa being really low on health. Let's take the hill, maybe? No, he dies before I fire my shots, but my reaction time is so bad that I still fire my salvo. I'm so incredibly crap in my old days. Now that I'm an old man. Oh, hello. Hola, señor Flecha. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Fired some shots at the Pensacola, set it on fire, but there's really no reason to keep firing at it, especially now because I can't see it anymore. Let's shoot at the Fletcher instead and do 1,000,000 damage. Ah, Fletcher. Now I can't see him anymore, but that's fine. He will appear eventually, and then I will smash him. But where did everyone go? And oh, I'm taking a shot from a secondary gun, I guess. Looks like it. So I'm guessing the Pensacola is there. Oh yeah, there it is. I start turning because I think, hey, let's go into like a you know, side to side broadside battle, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh no, this is never going to work. Oh no. Oh no, he's not turning. Torpedoes! Oh my god! Okay, so I'm still alive and he's dead. Okay, I guess, fine. Let's turn around and look for some other targets before we die with our 1,000 hit points. Oh, torpedoes in it. What? Enemy destroyer blown up. I just killed the Fletcher randomly with my torpedoes. And there's a Kagero. Let's see if I can take some shots at the Kagero before I get inevitably killed by some guy. Yep, that looks good. That's a good salvo. Crippled his gun, set him on fire. Delicious. But here come the shots. No, actually, they miss me. Alright, well, I guess we'll take another salvo at the Kagero. Alright, did some more damage, and Why am I not dead yet? Why do I have 3 kills? Why am I still alive? What the hell is going on with this game? How does this happen? I get rammed, I survive, I randomly kill a guy with torpedoes, and then I'm just chippering around here, killing a destroyer while nothing happens to me. Is this World of Warships, or am I just... is there a bug? Am I invisible to the enemy? Am I cheating? I don't know. Like, this is crazy. Sadly, the rest of the replay is pretty damn boring as I just chipper around, not seeing anyone until I go around the corner, fire one salvo at a battleship, and then he kills me. Oh well, but it was a hilarious scene that I had to share with you guys, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this gameplay video, please consider liking and subscribing, and if you have any feedback, please leave it in the comments. If you have a replay for World of Warships or World of Tanks that you would like me to commentate, please send it to cloakingdonkey@hotmail.com. Tomorrow, if all goes well, you will get my Sims review, which will conclude my series of premium ship reviews for the closed beta test premium ships. But until then, I've been Eldritch Master Donkey, and I'll see you in another video.